when I started this research and I was asking Google, what's the cost of living in Austria? As usual, Google was telling me between 200 euros to 300 euros. It's like you want to sleep inside the bush. It's like you want to sleep under the bed. That might Google the minimum you can get for this thing. If you are looking for a studio apartment, right? Just budget like. Welcome back again to another video you're not expecting. So this has been long awaited, and you know, of course, I had to take my time to be sure of what I'll be posting, and not like just to go on Google to just bring you guys information. You know, sometimes, especially when you're moving to a new place, when you type of Google cost of clinical, you see cheap this thing, but then in reality the amount of money you will spend, well, oh my god, that's why I said no, I have to get information from real people, real human being that is there, and not what Google said or this thing. Like they'll make everything very affordable, and then when you get there, oh, who now blow you, you don't even know where to start from. So guys, today we're talking about cost of living in Austria. So this one is monthly cost of living. You all know that cost of living can vary from person to person, like depending on how you spend, depending on how you manage. So this one is just going to be from normal people, if you actually decide to spend above it, that means it's that you are spending above yourself. But for normal people, just like basic money, the minimum that you need, that if you don't have this, I'm not sure you should even bother traveling to Austria. And as most of you know, or if you don't know, Austria is one of the most expensive countries in Europe. Yeah, tuition fee is cheap, and I think I've made a video when I talk about when you hear countries that has all this free, no tuition fee or cheap tuition fee, my dear, you come up because of living one. You better low pussy. Why some countries they have expensive tuition fee and expensive cost of living, but then they are still better than okay. So when the countries come and tell you no tuition fee, free tuition fee and everything for you to come, ask them that, auntie, I know you are not my father, you are not my mother. Why will you be doing something for? What is in that this thing? And that's what we'll be unraveling today. So what is the average salary in Austria? Average salary in Austria can range from 400 euros to 960 euros and above. That one 400 is, sorry, 300 to 400 can be like if you're actually doing student job. I'm making another separate video about how much students in Austria can actually earn per month for studying in Austria. So let's just say I'm making a separate video that I'm telling you about jobs you can actually take up in Austria as a student, international student, how much you be earning. But then let's just talk generally. So how much is the minimum wage? Minimum wage in Austria range from 10 euros to 20 euros to 22 euros per hour, depending on the job, depending on the skills you have, depending on your experience. And that's why I keep telling people, even if you are going to Austria to study, that does not mean that your head should be empty, because some people, they'll just leave their home country, they'll just say maybe you can work and study. Even if you can work and study, and especially student job, for example, a job that they are paying somebody that has skilled or a full-time worker 20 pounds, but because it's actually a student job, you are doing part-time job, they can pay you 10 pounds. Imagine that half, because normally as a student, your student job, you don't get as much as you get if you were actually a full-time worker, because they can't recruit you as a full-time. They just have to like exclude a small shift for you. It's not like you are even a loss to the company. For example, if I actually have a supermarket now, imagine as a student you have to work 20 to 25 hours per week, and me, I need somebody that will be working at least 40 hours per week, and you know, saying a loss you be to me, you know, be a hair. I will now start, after I've gotten you as a student, I have to look for CV other people that will be doing shift with you. You get so sometimes people actually prefer full-time, but then even at that, some people actually prefer this part-time because they will not be able to like pay you full money. They will pay you money kele because they know that you're a student job, just back. And then another thing is this minimum pay that I talked about in Austria, that between 10 euros to 20 euros to 22 euros, right? That one is the legal money. There are some of you that used to go to Austria, that used to work more than 20 or 25 hours per week, the one that is government approved. In that view, expect to get something like even 5 pounds per hour or 8 pounds per hour. That one, my hand no deal, because if they catch you last one, or when it's time for you to apply for your permanent residency. And that's why I used to tell people that going to study abroad is not a poverty alleviation scheme. that money going to study abroad is just to support yourself while studying. But some of you feel like when you go there to go and work and study, you used to elevate all the poverty in your family, you make all your third generation rich, you know. And they used to tell you that me, I'm telling you money for so usually if you get student job, you will not get as much pay as if you have to get that job as a full-time. It will actually reduce, right? Because you are more like a loss to the company. You have to be doing shift and rotation. Then another thing is, okay, so the salary can range, and that's why I say that even if you are going to any country, whether UK, whether Austria, don't go with an empty head. Any job you want to get, make sure you have skills, so that even when they want to pay you minimum, you say that I have experience from my home country, I have these skills, I have the, please, master's degree or whatever degree you are doing, it does not equate to what they are paying you. It does not concern babala babaku anybody. It's to your pocket, and that's why I keep telling you guys. So once you've made your up mind that you are traveling outside the country, make sure to get the skills. Make sure to get the skill. I have a video I posted about an $100 1 week training. Like if you've gotten your visa, you can just do that training in Nigeria or your home country. When you do it, you can hold the certificate, so that even when you'll be doing your study and work this thing, you'll be working there, and in that one they will pay you better than you that you don't even have anything. You are doing customer rep, you are doing clinical, they will pay you basic minimum wage. And even in that view, before you even get a job as a student, when you say you don't get experience, no, you will do like this. People are not telling you that one. You don't, they will just tell you, don't worry, job yakpa abroad, job yakpa. Imagine me as an employer, I want to employ somebody, you're a student, I'm looking for somebody that have done maybe sales rep or anything. Tell me you don't have experience. I see somebody that still has small experience, ganking. Who will I recruit? Is it your father's job? Is it your mother's job? I'll go for who has experience now. So don't that mindset of job there abroad, not be your papa country, not be your motherland, and to actually say your skin. And you, I'm sure you guys have heard about the what's it called, the rate of this life for black in Austria. I'm sure you know. So that's why I keep telling you that even when you want to stand against that dislike for black, is your qualification, your skills and experience that will actually make them consider. But then when you decide to stay at the minimum, yeah, you just have BS, you just have masters, and that's, you think the world will fall out of it, my dear, go for So student job aside, then there are some people that actually apply for normal visa sponsorship job in Austria. And then so your salary can range between €960 euros. They actually pay well in Austria though. They actually pay well. It can range between 960 to 1,600. If actually low skilled, you can get as much as 1,660 euros per month. And then let's just say 960 euros upwards, yeah. 960 euros, depending on the job you're doing, depending on how skilled you are, depending on this. And then another thing about Austria is they pay according to experience. So just like most countries, they pay according to experience. That's why I'm telling you that if you're leaving your home country, don't just settle for the basic. Don't just say no, you do care job. Don't just say, at least try to improve yourself. Make sure to get qualification or certificate. And if you're interested in that 1 week training I told you guys about, make sure to enter my DM, hold your money, you know. I'll put in the link in my description box. Just click short jackpot courses, right? You see a lot of courses that you can do that maybe before your visa is approved, and you can just do some courses are even 3 months, 6 months, and everything. And in that view, sharp you go actually, you do it, you hold the certificate. When you get there, you get a job as a skilled person. That one they will actually pay you better. And now I've talked a lot, but that one is just to motivate and inspire you people what to expect. So now let's talk about what's it called, accommodation. How much do you expect? So let's start from basic. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, I said it's not right. Okay, I did. Okay, so now let's talk about basic amenities. And in these basic amenities, I mean things like electricity, your water bills, your electricity. So regardless of where you are staying, whether you are staying in 1 bedroom, whether you are staying in 15 bedroom, whether you are staying in any bedroom, this one is basic money for utilities, right? For your electricity, your water, your gas and everything, you'll be looking at between 200 euros upwards, depending on how you take use and move, you and your destiny. 200 euros upwards. But yeah, and again, before you rent an apartment, make sure there's actually a meter there that will actually be reading it, or you should actually get an apartment that is at like all bills paid. That one is always better, so you can use as much as you want. But then if you don't get an apartment, but that's the first thing to opt for before you actually look for any apartment in Austria. Make sure to get an apartment that has meter, that will tell you, you will see the amount of light you use, you see the amount of gas you use, you see the amount of water you use, you will see it with your koro eyes. So when you not come and be using street, it's not only in Nigeria or Africa they used to use street for people, they use. So make sure to get an apartment that has bills, meter, that you can be seeing the meter. And even at that view, make sure to negotiate with the landlord that it should include all the bills. That one is better, so that you can do whatever you like. But that one does not say if you use too much water, they come and tell you they are not doing it again. No. But it's always better. So for your basic utility bill, gas, water and everything, you pay like 200 euros per month. Yep. Then the next one is your health insurance. So you can do private health insurance, you can do government health insurance. So if you are doing health insurance, if you are below 26, if you are doing the government one, if you are below 26, it's actually 61 euros. If you are above 26, that's 100 euros. So just pay between 61 euros to 100 euros, 61 to 100 euros. Even if you are doing private too, it's always between that range, 60 to 100 or 150 euros, yeah, in between that range. So another one is your transport. So your transport, just you pay a monthly as a student, right? Whether you're a student, whether you're as long as you don't have a car and used to go to work every day, make sure to have a student or a study pass with you. A ticket, transport ticket pass, monthly pass, and that monthly pass it costs you like 50 euros per month. So that way it will actually save you a lot of stress and is actually very cheaper anywhere you can go. And then another thing is, if you're actually a student, you actually get more discount as student with that 1 month study pass. They actually used to give discount. Then there's another card that I can actually apply for. They call it, I don't know how to pronounce this thing now, but let me pronounce it, please. Thank you. They've off the first journey, is remaining the second one. They call it Votil's monthly card. So when you actually apply for this card, it makes you have like up to 50% discount in any of your transport or anything. And again, another thing that can make you get discount in your transport is your student ID card. If you're actually a student, when you want to take board a bus or anything, when you show them your ID card, some can actually ride you for free, some can actually give you free this thing. And then depending on your school, some schools used to have monthly bus pass. When you get to your school, make sure to ask them if they have any card for monthly bus or anything they used to have. And then aside that, there are actually some occupations too, that maybe where you are working in your workplace or anything, they can actually have monthly pass. Make sure to ask them. If you don't ask them, they will not tell you. Ask them that, please, do you people have monthly pass ticket, a monthly ticket pass or monthly they used to have. Just like for example, in Nigeria now, if people that do NYSC, all these people serving the government, they don't use, when it comes to public service, they don't used to take money from them. All these navies, all this army, I know that one, they don't used to take money from them. And then I know some occupations in UK too, right? If you want to enter bus, if you are maybe like all this healthcare assistant, I don't know, it's dependent. So anywhere you find yourself, whether you're a student, whether you're a worker, shall ask your employee or this and that, is there anything like monthly bus pass or monthly discount or monthly kinikon? Shall ask. If you don't have, they're not gonna tell you. So another thing, another thing that you want to spend money on is internet, your Wi-Fi. You spend like 35 euros per week, per month, 35 euros per month. And then normally, aside your internet, 35 euros, you actually want to recharge your phone, call your friends, call your colleague and everything. You need like 10 to 20 euros per month just to do normal recharge. Yeah. And most of you know, Austria, just like normal European country standard too, you mostly find Wi-Fi everywhere. Anywhere you go to all this public place, you always find Wi-Fi there. Yeah. And once you subscribe to your 35 euros per month Wi-Fi, you don't have to do on your phone, except maybe if you go outside to go and get grocery or anything. So in this, for example, now when you recharge your phone, like 10 to 20 euros per month, right? There's like, they used to have like maybe this 10 gig that actually come with it, 10 gig or 15 gig that used to come, just like in Nigeria too. If you recharge MTN card, maybe like 1,000 naira, right? 1,000 naira card in Nigeria. Let me use MTN because it's somehow global. Most of you are Africans watching me. If you recharge MTN card, like 1,000 naira MTN card, if you notice that they will give you some free minutes call, maybe MTN to MTN, they will give you free gig they'll give you free SMS. If you guys notice, if you don't notice, gonna use MTN, come and pay for these adverts now. Or even Glow, even if it's Glow that you recharge, you notice that when you recharge it, they will give you free, they'll give you additional data, they'll give you SMS. So it is exactly like that. So once you do like 10 to 20 euros, they will give you free gig. Not like free gig, it's part of it. Then they will give you minute of call. So that one is to last you more than a month, because the only time you actually use it is if you are not at home, if you are not at home, if you're outside, maybe to get something or anything. Most times you always use Wi-Fi. Then and most times you always see Wi-Fi in the public place. Even bus stations, they used to have Wi-Fi. Even malls, depending. And don't go and be connecting to any Wi-Fi that you see, because if they hack into your accounts, don't come and say. So before you use Wi-Fi, make sure that when you connect the Wi-Fi, the thing is to have one padlock. There's one padlock, they used to call it encrypted. The thing will have padlock like this, so you know that okay, that one is secure. But you see all those free Wi-Fi that needs to have padlock, well, they will hack all your money. So another one is that you might like to spend is gym. For example, if you are this person that used to go to gym, but wait, now person don't shop level they even go gym. Do your gym in your house, but just in case you want to go to gym, you can spend like 35 euros per month. So another one is salon for guys. Like if you want to barb your hair, have an hair shape, you can spend between 10 to 20 euros depending on your head, depending on your how big your head is, depending on the style you want to cut and everything. You can spend between 10 to 20 euros. Then another one is restaurants, right? Okay. So another one is groceries. How much I need to spend for groceries every month? For groceries, you should be looking at to spend between 200 to 250 euros. As you all know that things are very expensive now because of the two countries that is going on now. So things are very expensive. Food is expensive, and then so we'll be looking at between be 250 to 300 euros. That's ojen kano, like this one that when they actually have you eaten? Yes, I've eaten. Not like you don't shop belly full, but if you want to like shop belly full, you're looking at maybe 300, 350, be 400, 500. So but that one that just to eat, to stay alive, that okay, when they see this guy, she's still there alive, just people like be 300 euros per month. And in that 300 euros, let me just give you like a brief price of things you can get. For example, I tried to get average price of things that people usually buy. The first one on my list is rice. Who does not eat rice? And especially if you are a Nigerian and African, you are moving newly to a place like Austria. So the first food you first want to get adapted to is to just get your balance is rice. Rice. So in Austria, 1 kg of rice costs like 2 euros. 1 kg of rice. Do you guys know 1 kg? I know most of you are Africans, we don't know 1 kg. I don't know how to. You know that molue. Most of you are Africans that they used to do a hair. That's like 1 kg. That's like 2 euros of 1 kg of rice. So depending on how you eat it. But if you want to buy rice, make sure to go for the very dried one, so that one will swell. So that when you cook 1 cup, 1 handful of rice like this, the thing would have swelled up. So before you buy it, most times this rice, when you want to buy it in the mall, they are always in a packed form, but there is very transparent side there. You will see it. You will know dry rice. Dry rice will be very thin and dry. That one, when you cook it, just put one hand inside the pot like this. Before the food is done, the thing would have turned to TV and it would have swelled up. Do you understand? So that one, you are managing life. Don't go and buy any rice. So, and then if you're actually moving to Austria newly, maybe I'll make a separate video. Don't buy any product you see for now, especially if you don't see somebody to guide you. So you can start doing practice. Maybe if you see any rice, maybe you can buy this brand, test it. In that view, you will know the rice where they swear. You will know the one where no they swell up. You get and you go know the one where we say, because most of them, some of them, their pack will look attractive, but then when you cook it, it will be so. But then 1 kg of the rice is like 2 euros, and then tomatoes, 1 kg tomatoes is like 3 euros for 1 kg of tomatoes. You know what that means? Yeah, at least if you have rice, if you have tomatoes, you are quarter to getting hungry again. So another one is beef. Their beef, 1 kg of beef is almost like, it's like 1.9 euros. 1 kg of beef. What can I use to do 1 kg of beef? Well, just 1 kg of beef is enough to feed like, depending on how a family of 4 at this moment. The thing we used to do as a student, which student they shop beef? Which work you dey do where they shop beef? Why you see money where they shop beef? Might take go and buy egg. Beef is for people that went there on skilled work visa. It's not for people like you. if you're a student, you're watching me, let me tell you, it's egg we used to use when we were in school. Now egg with the shop. But it concern beef. Beef is for rich people. We don't make them. So for egg 12 pieces of egg is like 3.24 euros. 12 pieces of egg. But it's kind of expensive. But the thing is, you tell the seller, have you people bought beef before in Nigeria? That when you get there, you see the man cutting the meat small, and then you now be like, why is he cutting this meat small? So you say it's for people selling buka. So when you gonna buy the beef there, tell the butcher man, let him cut it small. The goal is to eat, and not you don't have to be satisfied. Just put one small drop on your food every day. The thing is, did you eat beef today? Yes. Nobody will ask you how big or how small it is. The goal is to manage for now. So another thing is chicken 1 kg, that's like 11 euros. So chicken is like 11 euros, and this chicken is chicken breast. People like me, I don't even like chicken breast. So if you really want to get maybe chicken pass, all this their hand, not my own hand, the hand, the hips and everything, you'll be looking at something like 12-13 euros. And then bread, as a normal African, some of the food for you to eat to survive on before you get used to the other food is bread. So 500 grams of bread costs like 1.98 euros, and that's like 500 grams of bread. What's that side? You people know agege bread. Agege bread in Nigeria, half of agege bread, that's like 500 grams. Person they shop one full agege bread, no be like say person shop. Anyways, 500 grams of bread is 1.98 euros. And then potato is another food that you actually eat abroad for you to get used before you get used to their food, and it costs you like 1.6 euros per kg. So that's all. That's like the general thing. Then some people want to ask pepper. African people, what's your pepper? These people, they know they shop pepper, but then you can see bell pepper, right? In most times, tomatoes is always the most costly of pepper. Sometimes bell pepper is always cheaper. So if you get tomatoes 1 kg for 2.85 euros, you can get pepper like maybe 2 euros or something like that. Or just hold your tomato paste, and you know we do it in Nigerian university. Tomato paste jollof, tomato paste stew, tomato paste, all this concoction food. I think you have to adopt that method. You got me? This is not the time to eat comfortably. We are on the hustling mode. So another one of my is if you're actually going with dependent, I'm making a separate video about people actually moving to Austria with dependent with their children, right? You can actually move with your husband or your wife, you guys will be fine. But then moving with your kids, I'm making a separate video on that. Say subscribe. But then their child care is kind of maybe cheap or affordable. So I'm making a separate video on that, right? So now let's go to the one that you guys have been waiting for. And then in that grocery, for example, sometime maybe after school or doing work, you decide maybe you cannot cook, you just want to eat something before you cook. If you go to McDonald's, right, to get a complete combo meal meal, you'll be spending like 8 euros per meal. Then if you want to go to the best one, the cheapest restaurant ever, regardless of where you are, the cheapest restaurant ever you can see in Austria, for one person you get a meal of hold up, this thing has disappeared, 14 euros. That's the cheapest meal ever. That the restaurant is not expensive. That is the cheapest if you want to eat per person. Like you want to eat belly food with this and everything, complete combo meal in a restaurant, you're spending like 14 euros. So and then yep. So what else? So the one we all have been waiting for is accommodation. What's the cost of accommodation? When I started this research and I was asking Google, what's the cost of living in Austria? As usual, Google was telling me between 200 euros to 300 euros. It's like you want to sleep inside the bush. It's like you want to sleep under the bed. That might go. The minimum you can get for this thing, if you are looking for a studio apartment, right, just budget like 350 euros, 350 to 400 euros, 350 minimum. If God likes you that you say, my daughter, my son, I just like you, I dash you this house, you see 350 upwards. Then 1 bedroom in Austria costs like 738.4, let's just say like 750 euros per month. 1 bedroom costs 750 euros. Studio apartment costs like 400. That 350 gram, I'm trying to console you, but let me be sincere, just budget like 400 euros. When I say studio apartment, you know this Kolobo house that when you sleep on the bed, you'll be looking at your kitchen in front of you. Your toilet is here, only you'll be doing like this. That's what they call studio apartment. But then you can actually decide to share with anybody. And again, your apartment becomes cheaper. Like if you decide to stay in school, it's actually cheaper. If you decide to stay outside, it's more expensive. If you decide to share with somebody, it's actually cheaper. But then the minimum you can spend on studio apartment, that you see, you'll be looking at your kitchen in front of you, and then your toilet is here, everything in one small Kolobo room. Prepare 400 euros minimum. Then this 400 euros minimum, depending on the state, depending on the city. If it's a place like Vienna, and needs Kinikulture, the most expensive cities in Austria, you'll be looking at something like 600 euros for studio apartment. So, but generally, the minimum you can get for studio apartment is 400 euros. Prepare for that. And then for 1 bedroom, you get for 750 euros per month, per month, monthly. And then 750 euros, that's if you are inside inside the main city. For example, in Nigeria, let me use Nigeria because I'm Nigerian. For example, if you're in Nigeria, right, and you want to rent apartments in Lagos, you know that the heart of Lagos is like Lekki, Ebute Metta, Lekki and Banana Island. Just use that. So if you're in the main city of a place, regardless of how local that city is, you know the most expensive place in Austria is Vienna and other cities, right? Inside that Vienna, we still have the rich part, we still have the poor part. So if you're in the rich part of places inside Vienna, you spend like 750 for 1 bedroom. But if you move to the outskirts, the poor part, the poor people's part, you're spending like 600 euros per month for 1 bedroom apartment. Then if you want to spend, cost of 3 bedroom apartment is 1,350, let's just say 1,400 per month if you are inside all those expensive parts in a city, and then 1,100 if you are in all those outskirts, the local part. Just like if I want to rent an apartment in Nigeria and I go to Lekki, if Lekki was a place in Austria, I'll be spending 750 per euro, 750 euro per month for 1 bedroom, and then 1,400 euros for 3 bedroom. But then if I decide to move to places like Ebute Metta in Lagos, right, I'll be spending 600 euros for 1 bedroom, and then 1,100 euros for 3 bedroom. So no matter how expensive a city is, right, in Austria, right, depending on the place you are renting the house, if it's the heart of the city, or if it's the outskirts of the city, or if it's the local part of the city. So with all this, how much do you think you'll be looking to spend in a month? You spend money, like even if you are stingy with yourself, I'll be so this, I will not spend a lot of money, I'll be so clinical, I'll be so clinical. You spend, you know, spend. You should be looking in between 800 to 1,000 euros per month. Because let's go with somebody that has to do for a student person. Let's say you are doing renting a 1 room accommodation for 400 pounds, for 400 euros. I keep saying pounds, 400 euros. And then your utility bill is 200 euros. That's 600 euros. And then your insurance is in between 100 euros. That's how much? 700 euros already. Then your monthly ticket pass, unless you be trekking, 750 euros. Then your internet, 35 euros. Gym, 35 euros. Groceries, 200 euros. I'm even nice to even say. And then yeah, so you'll be looking up to 1,000 euros per month, 800 to 1,000 euros per month. So just budget that. So, and can you actually achieve this if you actually work as a student? What do you think? What do you think? Well, depending. I'm making a separate video on that, and now bring us to the end of this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm talking about student jobs, how much you can earn as a student in what is it called, in Austria, factors that is affecting, factors that can help you. And in the meantime, if you're interested in the 1 week vocational training, make sure to click the link in my description box. You will see a playlist for short Jackpot courses go through the progressive videos I've made, then send me an email if you're interested. Come and pay for it. Go and do the 1 week training, so that even if you are traveling as a student, you hold it for you to have like skills, so that they actually pay you better, right? So guys, I'll bring us to the end of today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.